father, I could not have asked for a greater role model for my children, Bubby as a matriarch of the family, than my mother-in-law. These past 2 years have been quite difficult for the family. After my in-laws moved to Silver Spring, rapidly worsened their health. And their wish was always that they should be cared for within the family setting and not cared for in an institution. And certainly, as things worsened, that obligation to take care of them was done in a totally loving and supportive, Herculean efforts by Larry and Miriam, and with Rav Yonah heading it. To be able to take care of grandparents under such circumstances is very, very, very difficult. The entire family is appreciative of their wishes to be able to be in a family setting during the setting of the sun would be able to be accomplished through their Herculean efforts. While they are certainly the heroes of the last 2 years, there are also unsung heroes. And for the previous 35 years, my mother-in-law and father-in-law always wanted to participate as much as they could in family affairs. My father-in-law was constantly on business on behalf of the yeshiva in New York. And Phil and Rebecca opened up their homes to them, and their homes actually became my in-laws' homes. They worked with them, they gave of themselves, they were selfless, and it was not 1 or 2 years, it was 30 years of waiting on them hand and feet whatever their needs were. The family is very fortunate that my in-laws were able to have such a warm relationship and such a warm opportunity to spend their times with their children and with their grandchildren.
Following in the metaphor of Yosef, my father, in one of the last times that he introduced our baby brother of David to speak, he referred to him as his Ben Zekunim, and as Targum says, Bar Chakim Huloy. I remember once that was said. I'll try and say nice things about it. Daddy appreciated and Mommy appreciated their baby. Sometimes they felt guilty. They felt guilty that they gave David a Bubby and a Zadie for parents rather than young parents, which is not really the truth. But my father was reliving his own life and going back to his experiences. And so throughout his life, David, you know that Mommy and Daddy went out of their way to appreciate you had more years living with them than any of us. Rivki and I left home at 13. Dina had a few more years while she went to school in Cleveland and then moved. But you were home with them for a long time. And I think you had in your heart probably more ability to convey the love which you received through being the Bar Chakim, the Ben Zekunim, that they love so dearly.
My heart is breaking. The pain that we all feel. But Mommy, I'm your baby. By Yaakov Avinu, when he was telling Yehuda, I can't give you Binyamin, I'm afraid to give you Binyamin. When he wrote him as Sevasi, Birosh Oila, State Chazal explains the pasuk that says, if I give you Binyamin and I lose him, it'll bring my white hair, my white beard to the grave. Steht in Rashi, Achshav, Kishehi Etzli, Kishehu Etzli, the Binyamin is with me. Ani Misbachim, Al Imai, who I love so much, the Al Achiv, and on my baby Yosef, the Yomuzeh, Doima Olai, Sheshloshton, Mesu, B'yoy Nechon. Mommy, today, my heart, my pain, my mishpacha's pain, it's greater than it was when we lost Daddy's Atzal. Because when yesterday, Miss Askin came to the house with the Torah, with the seats, and with the water coolers. Today, it's like I'm losing Daddy all over again. Your name, Liba. So like my big brother, Rabbi Gayer, wanted to say to the Alshif and to this and this, or Liba. Leiv Bala. Ishak Sheda Isritzai Bala. The love, the adoration, the shalomayas that you had, that Daddy had for each other. I have friends who've told me they never in their life saw such a love affair, such a relationship. But you know, it's all because of you. Malka, which you were, the lady, a classy lady, a Malka, a princess, is Gematria 95, which is your age. But I was telling, believe me, just today I was saying I never, ever, I saw you get upset, but I never heard you say something you shouldn't say. Sometimes, like Yonah said, in the Gora's genes, we can sometimes say things sharply that we don't necessarily mean. I think my immediate family knows that. But the worst that Mommy ever would tell Daddy, besides, did you hear what you said? Take it easy. And then she'd walk away. For the last 6 months, 5 months, 6 months, I think since the end of December, Rebecca and I, and Dina was there, we were constantly there, but Rebecca and I, we would be driving, I think the roads already know us. But I was telling Rebecca how lucky and fortunate we were that when all of us, all 4 children were there, And in Yiddish, Yoinen, you gave a story. And Mommy all of a sudden was rejuvenated, and she woke up. And she said, wow, that's a nice story. But it's not a story, it was your life. And I saw strengths in you that as a child I didn't necessarily always appreciate. Daddy was the king, Daddy was the hero. Wherever he went, I walked 10 feet tall having Daddy. But having you, Daddy, is turning to the Rebbetzin Libby Gewirtz. Sheli v'shelahem shelahi. It's all because of you. In last week's parsha, v'haloischa haneros, v'har achayin daber Aaron, v'amarte lo v'haloischa haneros al pnei ha'me'ora. So Chol Shaddata, Aaron HaKohen was all upset. He was the Rosh Yeshiva, he was the Rebbe, and he wasn't invited to give a shir. He wasn't invited to talk. He wasn't invited to do anything. Over the Rebbetzin Shalom said, relax, take it easy. Your payment is going to be more than everybody else's. Rashi says of Shabbat, over the Ramban, combines it and touches it up and says that your children, your Einachach, will be the Chashmonoim, which will be Hanukkah, and they will destroy the Greeks. And why were they Zoiche? Because, or why were you Zoiche? Because of Aaron HaKohen, the Oyev Shalom, the Oyev Shalom. And Hanukkah, as we all know, the epitomizes Shalom Bayis. And Aaron HaKohen symbolized Shalom Bayis, because all he did was run and make husband and wife happy. Make people one, that's why he was the most beloved. So his children were the Hashmonaim who destroyed the Greeks. And Pshat is, if you look into the Ramban and you understand it, like Daddy Zatzal would say, they could never have done it without the push and the love and the admiration of their wives. The Hashmonaim could not have been as strong, and they couldn't have done it. Shali v'shalachem shalohi. Kamu v'ner v'yashua, v'alo v'yahalala, rabbis bonois osu choyu, v'yat, olis al kulana. I had this source 2 years ago. That's all. Approximately 2 years ago, at the Sudas prayed in the yeshiva, tells yeshiva, when you moved and you left to Silver Spring. So, as always, and I was speaking, and I was happy that I was able to convey my feelings of admiration and love. So who was I talking about? Mainly I was speaking about Daddy Zatzal. But I remember then I said this, and I quoted the Ibn Ezra on these words, Shulichbe balayla neira, that the light never went out. And Mommy, you were the light and the power, the princess behind the king. And whenever I had a problem, whenever I needed to talk, and like I said then, I was the baby, and I viewed my parents as my best friends, which almost doesn't pass to say, but whenever I would call, whenever I would talk to Mommy, I would always get off the phone, and I'd feel like $1 million, I'd feel good. And the last number of years, like Yehuda mentioned, that Rebecca and Phil, that was their home away from home for over 30 years. But I was safe, and I was lucky that the last 6, 7 years, believe me, opened up our house, and Mommy and Daddy came to us. And I am very lucky, we are very lucky. You said I was a baby, so I used to feel as a child. I was jealous of Yevon and Rebecca and Dina. And I got married a little bit later. But look how lucky we were and are that we had you so long. And every one of my children feels and felt and will always feel a special connection and a love. And we will continue the legacy that you and Daddy live and will always continue to live within us, and we will emulate Be'ez Hashem. It's really hard. Mommy, please be mindful of me for anything that I did and said that wasn't proper. You know how much I love you. We'll always love you. And we will always do things that will, Be'ez Hashem, be an elevation for your neshama. And we will follow in your ways. Uvila HaRovas LaNetzach, U'mocha Hashem Elokim, Dima Mi'al Kol Panim.